Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Myself Akash Chawda, and this video lesson is prepared to celebrate Teachers Day, Virtual Teachers Day 2024 in Department of English, Maharaja Krishna Kumar CG, Bhavin Nagar University. In this video lesson, I will talk about Dalit literature and I will uh, try to give you an overview or provide you with an outline of Dalit literature. So let us start this presentation. So first question arises in our mind is that what is Dalit literature? So to simply put, Dalit literature is a genre of writing about the Dalit peoples within the confines of the Dalit, Indian writing in English. So Dalit literature, as we all know, that India has a long history of casteism, in which people have divided in various caste system from the centuries, and in the top or the upper caste people like Brahmins and Kshatriya and Vaishya. There are these are upper caste people, and in the lower class, if we see, there are Shudra peoples who are neglected in the society, or they face discrimination or the biases in the various aspects of the society, and they are not given much respect, or they do not live with a dignity in the society. So these all people have written about their first-hand experience of discrimination in Indian English language. So these things become Dalit literature. So Dalit literature is a genre of Indian writing in English that focuses on life's experience and struggles of the marginalized Dalit community. So Dalit community from centuries have been marginalized and suppressed from the centuries. Prominently on the basis of the works they do, like cleaning of the roads, sweeping and clearing gutters and manholes. So these all things they have to do for their livings, and they have suffered caste-based oppression a lot and a discrimination as well. So their experience are portrayed in this Dalit literature, and there are many various kinds of works involved in the Dalit literature, like novels, non-fiction works, and most of the times there are autobiography which tells the first-hand experience of the writers who have suffered uh, various kinds of discrimination and prejudices in their early childhood or youth, or even they are facing in their adulthood as well. So Dalit literature is at once the expression of a Dalit consciousness and about their identity, about their human rights, their way of living, and their human dignity. And the literature strives to foster the sense of community within the society with the people who are belonging to upper class and to the lower class people. So Edmund Burke, one of the prominent English philosopher and orator, have remarked about the India and particularly Indian caste system is that in that country the laws of religion, the laws of land, and the laws of honor are all united and consolidated in one, and bind a man eternally to the rules of what is called his caste. So various kinds of rigid societal norms are imposed on a Dalit individual, and there are certain things that Dalit can't do in the society, which the famous example it could be is they cannot enter in certain temples, or they cannot acquire a land in the middle of village. They have to reside outside the village in the countryside, or they cannot acquire a home in the posh urban area. So these kind of things which we can see are prevalent right now in the contemporary society as well. So yes, this is the thing about Dalit peoples. Let us move towards the pillar of the Dalit movements, which are obviously B.R. Ambedkar. Alongside with B.R. Ambedkar, the foundational writings of Jyotiba Phule are equally important, and with Periyar as well. Periyar, otherwise known as Periyar Ramaswamy, is much lesser known figure in northern part of the India, but in the southern part, if we see, he is one of the prominent figure, and who is known as father of the Dravidian movement, who also fought against the social inequality and casteism in the south as well. So what are the writings of these peoples? If we see, so the writings of the Dalit literature have started with a tone of anti-Brahmin and anti-caste. The foundational writings sought to abolish uh, casteism in society, and to some extent diminish the casteism in the society. So Jyotiba Phule, who founded the Truth Seeker Society, otherwise known as Satya Shogat Samaj, has also pioneered in the field of teaching, educated the Dalit women alongside with his wife Savitribai Phule, and his revolutionary writings such as Tritiya Ratna, Gulamgiri, and Boda are also equally of importance. And if we talk about B.R. Ambedkar's contribution, then he was an economist, lawyer, and a professor, and also Indian law minister as well, who have also inspired the Dalit Buddhist movement. And if we talk about his contribution, so the works like the Annihilation of Caste, the caste in India, Waiting for a Visa, are these famous works are attributed to B.R. Ambedkar. And he also written newspaper like Bahishlit Bharat and weeklies like Moog Nayak, which was a famous one, and the Janta. So these are the writings which have influenced countless later generational Dalit writings, and it still inspired the new generational Dalit writers as well. So, one such other movement which inspired countless Dalit writers is Dalit Panther movement. So, Dalit Panther movement got its inspiration from the Black Panther movement of the US. So, as we know that India has this system of the casteism, such as this system, the US or the European, most of the European countries has a long history of slavery and racism in which they discriminate people on the basis of their skin tone. So this was the Black Panther movement that diminished this kind of racism and there's that thing. So Dalit Panther writers have got inspiration from the Dalit Panther movements and Namdev Dasar, Arjun Ganguly, Raja Dhale, J.V. Pawar were the foundational writers or the founders of the Dalit Panther movements. And this Dalit movement has sought to diminish the caste-based discrimination and reforms the hierarchies. So let us see the couple of important poets from the Dalit Panther movements and in the Dalit writing. So one such poet is Namdev Dasal. Namdev Dasal was a political activist belonging to the Dalit Panther Party in Maharashtra and is a poet and a fictional writer of a much repute. And he received Nehru Award for Golpita. Golpita is his poem anthology, which was published originally in Marathi language, regional language of India, and then it was later translated by Dilip Chitre, and with the title of the Poet of Underworld, Poems 2007. So Dilip Chitre has also given a nickname to Namdev Russell, and which is Poet of the Underworld. And one American scholar, Dr. Eleanor Zeliot, have remarked about Namdev Russell is that most important poet in Dalit literature in recent times is Namdev Dasal, as no one can beat Dasal in the powerful imagery, evocative language, and bold statement against the system. So Golpita is one such anthology, and there are other various works which are written and published by Namdev Dasal. There are novels and non-fictional as well as autobiographical work which were published by Namdev Dasal. So let us move towards another fellow, Arun Kolatkar, who is also a prolific writer and who has written Dalit literature in both the English and the Marathi language. And his poems are famous for expressing humorous way of putting things. And his famous anthology of poetry is Jejuri. And Jejuri poems are time and again asked in the competitive examination like GSET and NET. So Jejuri is a collection of the 31 poems by Arun Kolatkar, which helped Arun Kolatkar gain international fame, and this poetry collection won him the Commonwealth Prize of 1977. And his another work, Vichki Vahi, also won the Sahitya Akademi Award in 2004. So Jejuri is a combination of the 31 poems, and these poems are topological poems. And these poems is a Kalotkar's poetry, in which it is characterized by wit, irony, and conventional style. Jejuri is a one place located within the Kolkata, and Arun Kolatkar have portrayed his experience of visiting this place in various 31 poems. So these poems, this collection includes the poems like The Bus, Heart of Ruin, The Door, and The Manohar. So Dalit writings or Dalit literature is made of countless writers who belongs to Dalit caste, or the non-Dalit peoples. So it would not be possible to include all the writers. So here I have mentioned a few modern writers of importance, and there are other writers as well which to look for. So in this, we have Mulkaraj Anand and his work Untouchables, then Namdev Dasar, which we have seen, and Om Prakash Valmiki's famous autobiography, in which he portrayed his first-hand experience of discrimination during his youth and during his working days in adulthood as well. So it first published in one of the regional language of India, and it was later translated into English as the work Jutan and Untouchables Life. Then we have Arun Kalatkar's Sejuri. Sharan Kumar Limbale is also of much importance in Baburao Babu. And within the Dalit literature, the genre of women's writing is also flourished in the past few years. And feminist Dalit writing is also come in front, in mainstream as well. So we have feminist writer Meena Kandasamy, Urmila Pawar, Baby Kamble, and her work, The Prisons We Broke, is also of much importance, and Mahashweta Devi's Aranya Adhikar is also of much importance. So let us conclude our presentation. To conclude, we can say that Dalit literature is repressed, or the Dalit's voice is repressed from centuries, and now it is a time to express the discrimination of Dalit peoples in the writings, and by these writings, Dalit by these Dalit writings, the peoples or the writers have tried to abolish the casteism that are prevalent in contemporary society as well. They want to diminish or abolish the casteism in Indian society. So these are my citations, and thank you. So uh, before going, I would like to tell you that you will find a small key quiz based on this video in the description. I hope you will appear in the quiz and get your e-certificate for this quiz. And also, I have put a TED at the lesson link in that as well. So I hope you will appear in the both of the quiz. So that is all from my side. Thank you.